Hello and welcome to the third episode of Mastering Orisa series that I've created. Um, I've got a couple games for you. There's not much really I can touch on that I haven't touched on before. It's basically me going through each game and seeing how much I've improved from my first few games. My javelin kills, my javelin accuracy, my placement, my positioning, how aggressive I go, my tempo. It all like you can tell when you're seeing firsthand when a tank is new to that tank, when they're using their skills like not when they should, or they're using them not efficiently, like just spamming it just to get a feel for when you should, or um, being patient with your skills. You can kind of tell when someone is new because they're spammy. Like if a Sigma keeps throwing his rock and not hitting anything, it's like they're testing it out, kind of. Like, oh, okay, so this is the projectile. Its trajectory, its speed. I think I've gotten past that part with Orisa. I think I've gotten to the point where I know when I can be aggressive. I know when I try to make plays with my ult. Like I try to communicate with healers or people to let them know. And one thing that I've gotten a lot better at is looking at my health. Like I'm terrible at looking at the bottom left of my screen and seeing where my health is. But since I've started playing tank, like that's the thing you need to pay attention to. You shouldn't be going in when you got 50 health and you have no support nearby. Things like that. Uh, I I know when to go in now. Well, from a bronze perspective, like bronze going in, not diamond going in or whatever higher than that. I feel a lot more comfortable if we get a pick on their tank. If they have no tank, but I know that one of their DPS is really good, I take that in mind. I'm not as aggressive. I'm like, okay, one of their DPS is really good. He's picking me off. He's doing lots of damage. I'm gonna make sure my supports are taken care of. Because if that DPS is really good, they're not gonna be aiming at me. They're gonna be focusing on my supports behind me. Because then I can just fall over. I have no healers. And that's one thing as a DPS I've never had to really pay attention to in bronze. In bronze, which is why I'm bronze. I just do my own thing. I don't even pay attention. I don't even look where my supports are. But I mean, that's what you have to do, and it's really hard to as a tank. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Like, look, the only thing I can see on my screen right now is that Mercy's healing me, and I have an orb on me, but I can't see where they are. I only see in front of me. So, like, is that what some people do as a tank? Do they look around to see where their supports are? The only way I can track to know where a support is like looking at, in a fight, looking at the kills. If one of my supports just got killed, then yeah, okay, they're not going to be healing me, obviously. But also, if a support got killed like 40 seconds ago, I'm going to be expecting them to heal me because there's no way it takes 40 seconds to walk back unless you're like way far away from the spawn. So, that's a lot of the things that I'm thinking of right now. Like the first few games, it was all about cooldowns, like using my cooldowns efficiently, like knowing what my cooldowns are. I stood in that. I'm dumb. Knowing what my cooldowns are, like, okay, how fast is my ult charge? When should I use it? Now it's all about, okay, I'm way more comfortable with Orisa. Now I need to know positioning, tempo. Like, when do I go in and when do I hold back? A lot of the times in quick play, I just press W. oh, 4 of my teammates just died, I'm still pressing W. Now, in a lot of cases, that's a good thing because you don't want to stagger. But if you can live, that's better than feeding ult charge, in all honesty. So, like, that's pretty much what I've come to. Once I get this down, I'll feel a lot more comfortable and competitive with Orisa. It's just learning these few little tidbits, like how aggressive can I be against certain tanks? Because in quick play, people pick whatever, like Doomfist. I found that Orisa against Doomfist is actually kind of hard. Against a good Doomfist, I was like, okay, their punch, if I fortify, their punch doesn't stun or knock me back, but I can't fortify for every punch. Also, I don't think my Javelin Spear spin, I don't think it works against pretty much anything from Doomfist. So that's a good, I found out, okay, she's kind of weird. She's kind of weird against Doomfist, but Reinhardt, she's really fun against because her Spear Spin works against his charge. Fortify, he can't charge me at all. His Earth Shatter doesn't do anything when I'm fortified. It's really, and when he's pinning past me, I can spear to mess up like I just did right there. I can spear to mess it up. It's so fun. So I mean that's pretty much what I'm learning now. I've gotten past the stage where learning the actual character itself. Now it's learning what the pros and cons of each matchup. Like, what supports am I good against? Okay, like, I turn my back against Ryan, but I feel very tanky. Like, what supports am I good against? What supports do I hate? What supports... Oh, okay, I can block with my Spear Spin. Moira's orbs, I can just kill them. Same with, like a Diva's D-Matrix. So, that's really cool what I'm doing. I'm looking at it from different perspectives. What DPS do I not like going against as Orisa? Oh, well, let me see. Anything in the air, Pharah, Echo, I'm like, oh, well, I can try to throw my spear at them, I guess. But anything that wants to get in my face, then I love that. Like a Reaper, it kind of hurts if they get like right up in you and hit you in the head. Oh, that'll hurt. But I'm not as scared. Like let's say if I was Winston to go up against a Reaper. So it's just, I think if I get these down, these little tidbits down, I'll be way more comfortable and competitive. But that's what you get if you're actually paying attention during the quick, like first 10 or 15 hours of quick play. That's what you get. Now, if you're just mindlessly going in, not paying attention, not caring who you're going up against, you're not going to get any information from you're not going to gain anything. You're just going to be throwing spears at anything, just whatever, and then going into comp and being like, oh, wait, I've probably played these matchups before. Like, I should have paid attention. So that's probably what's going to be my next video, is going to be me in comp with Orisa and just how much better I've been. Alright, so I'm gonna start talking about this because this game was kind of aggravating because we pushed in pretty well to this point. And then I was like, oh, they're using ults to keep us here. This is good because our spawn's right here. But then we didn't capitalize on it. We just played passive right by the point. Like here, I try to capitalize on it. I try to get an ult off, but my team can't do anything about it because they're getting handled in the back line. So I don't know how to deal with that. I picked off 3. I don't know how to deal with that. Like, do I sit in back and worry about the flanks and just let their tank walk over me? Like, what do I do? That's that part of my decision making that I don't know about tanks yet. Alright, we picked their tank off. Now I'm like, okay, let's get in here. But look, we're pushing against a Kiriko ult kind of rough. Okay, there we go. Like they held us for a good 2 minutes there, and that was sad because our spawn was right there. Anyways, let's see. They have a Lucio Kiriko, so I know their Lucio is going to try to be very annoying, and the Kiriko is going to be solo healing the Reinhardt. I know that. But Kiriko is so hard to deal with because you try to go after her, she'll just shift away. So that's hard. That's rough. This is like, okay, what do I do? Because you can't, unless you focus like 3 or 4 or getting on a nade in there, you can't deal with a Kiriko. Like a tank being healed by Kiriko. Alright, see, look, I'm using my ults very aggressively. Like, I'm getting in there, I know I have it, they can't stop it unless it's a Kiriko, which, I don't know, I'm getting kind of annoyed by her. She can stop all my damage from my ult. I'm still dealing with the Echo, and she actually hasn't really been much of an issue this game. It's just they're dealing with their front line is just tough. I think we fall over right here, but it was still a good game. I was fine with it. I did top damage, but like I always say, that damage doesn't mean jack if you lose or if you're not doing efficient damage. But anyways, thank you so much. This is my 3rd episode of Mastering Orisa, and the next video to come is going to be me in competitive as Orisa, and I hope you guys like. I haven't been placed as tank, but I hope anyone hopes they're high rank, but obviously from my gameplay, it's not really that good. So thank you so much for stopping by. Please like and subscribe, comment. And take care. Thank you so much.